You're listening to Table Talk with your host, Anthony Irvin, aka Spoken Life, along with a new special guest every other Thursday starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in live on Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, and more. Let's start the show. What's up, everybody? Anthony Irvin here. I'm your host, aka Spoken Life. Welcome to episode 11 of Table Talk. Thank you guys for being here for another episode. We have two more left in 2020, and these last two episodes are going to be back to back. So we have tonight, and we also have one next week. But tonight, we have a very special guest that is for the first here on Table Talk. We actually have a ukulele player tonight. So she's a very talented ukulele player right from our local area here, and right inside of the Delco, right around the Delco area. So we have a lot to get to. We had some fun talking earlier this week, just talking and, just having some, chats here. So we're definitely looking to have a lot to talk to you guys about. Make sure you guys are active in the comment section tonight and leaving us some questions for our special guest tonight, who I'll get to in a sec. You can ask them to her, me, or we can both be answering them. So without further ado, let's get her in here. Let's welcome Lisa Lerman.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm here. I was waiting for the.
I gotta get sound bites. I've been wanting to get little sound bites of like claps and everything. Maybe that'll be something I'll get for 2021.
That would be great. Yeah, a friend of mine that runs the Desert Southwest Open Mic, he does this chat show and has this little. It's like the Tonight Show.
Oh man,
the applause.
That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta get my own little sound bites for this. That'll be something I'll have to work on.
Intro stuff though, I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I kind of, put that together I think I've been running that for like the last month or two. So I put that together out of the last, I think that was coming from the first 5 episodes of Table Talk. And if you guys want to go back.
Yes, you've had some very wonderful guests. I recognize many of them that I know that I did not know prior to April of this year.
And that's the thing with what we were talking about earlier on, I believe, Tuesday, that, it's funny how, even though 2020 has been very, up and down for a lot of people, but we've been able to meet a lot of new people along the way, especially, you and me tonight, and a lot of other people that I've, had on here on Table Talk as well. So it's been, although it's been up and down, it's been a great time to kind of, meet new people and, perfect your crafts and stuff.
Absolutely, for sure. What did I call it? It's about it's social closeness.
Right.
It's kind of what I called it before I knew about the Delco Quarantine Open Mic, and lockdown happened. I one night said, "Let me go live on my page and just play a few songs." And a ton of my friends all of a sudden popped up and started requesting things, and it turned into a thing that I was doing a few nights a week.
Right.
And they were so grateful, and I was so grateful because there was this interaction and the comments. I felt like they were right here with me in my
home. That's the best thing about live streaming, and you can perfect and go down to like so many other, you can not even just hit your local area. You can be, broadcasting to a whole worldwide of like people that you may not even know.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I started doing the actual virtual open mic pages. Yeah, and then it's people from everywhere. But that's what I used to call it. Join me for social closeness through music, is because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Dan. Hey, Dan, all the way on Twitch. He was saying that I believe Lisa's volume is a little low. I'm not sure if you can maybe adjust your volume a little bit, Lisa. You sound good on my end, but I'm not sure if it was maybe somebody else's.
I'm talking straight through my microphone on my iPad. All I can do is talk a little louder. Hi, Dan.
There you go. Hopefully that does a little bit better for you, Dan. Thanks for tuning in, Dan. How you doing, buddy? It's been a while. Dan is another musician, I believe. Drawing a blank of where he is where he resides from, but he's another great musician that everybody should definitely check out. And maybe I'll get him on the show here in another couple weeks, maybe too. But for now, I mean, we got Lisa Lerman in here tonight. So for those who do not know her, Lisa, why don't you give people a little background and how you know, how you got into music, and give people a little background about yourself.
Okay, well, hi everybody. I am Lisa Lerman, and I'm from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, so not too far from Delco at all. And I've been involved with music pretty much since I was in fifth grade. I would say I was in chorus all through school, and took piano lessons, but I never really thought of pursuing. I love to sing, but I never really thought of, hey, am I a musician? Am I, as you and I were talking about on Tuesday, am I a solo act?
Yeah, right.
And believe it or not, it was actually this time of year, Christmas time, 2 years ago. Friends of mine, one of my friends, he founded the Philadelphia Mainline Ukulele Group. And back in, I guess, November of 2 years ago, he had said, hey, why don't you come out to Steel City in Phoenixville, which is a huge musical listening room, has tons of musical events. He said, come out. Our ukulele group has a meetup there the second Sunday of every month. You just come and listen. People lead sets of music. Everybody has the same music. They all play along together.
That's awesome.
And I said, sure. So my husband and I, we went out, and it was a lot of fun. And then he said to me, he said, oh, before you know it, you'll be playing ukulele. And I said, I don't even know if I would like it. I don't even know if I could do it. And he said, well, Lisa, I have about 30 ukuleles. I'll lend you one. So
one of them's bound to work.
He lent me this gorgeous Kala mahogany ukulele. It was beautiful. And he said, go online, just look up here. He said, here's a starter chord chart. He said, go online, go to this page, and you can find all sorts of other sites to find songs you like and see if you like it.
Right.
And I fell in love with it. And I started playing for hours and hours every day. It's quite addicting.
Yeah. So, hey, whatever, sparks your interest and gets you inspired. And then that's how, learning really starts picking up, especially if you keep yourself, if it doesn't continue to be like a chore, if you continue to have fun with it and learn with it, right, you're never going to put it down.
When I was a teenager, of course, piano lessons ended up getting, after about 6 years,
yeah,
it got to be a chore where my teacher would say, you didn't practice all this week, did you? And I'm like, no.
Nah. And you can't lie to a music teacher, because they know. They know.
You can try, but
you can't fake not practicing some type of instrument.
Exactly.
Because either you know the material or you don't.
Right.
Just like you. I mean, you were saying you were in chorus. I was in chorus back in elementary school, a little bit in, I think, middle school, and I was also in the school band. And that was like one of the things, like you were saying, that if you didn't come prepared for your music, you would get heated.
Right.
You would be, the top person to be like, be like, oh, well, he didn't, so he's going to ruin it for all of us.
Right. I mean, when we were talking about being shy, I think that's also part of why I didn't pursue things further then, because I loved doing it, but I was very, very shy. I'm still
right.
shy, but my confidence has grown. Exactly. My confidence has grown every year. My fear of failure has lessened greatly. A lot of that has to do with my husband. He'll get up in front of a whole room of people and speak. Not a flinch of nerves, nothing, which I am so jealous of. But he also has inspired me and helped me grow and be comfortable and know that no matter what goes wrong, nothing bad truly happens. And that it's okay.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And what happened after going and starting this ukulele, then I started going, after I felt comfortable enough to try to play along at one of the meetups at Steel City.
Right.
Finally went, I think about a month later, with the ukulele and tried. And there's video of me trying to keep up with this one song. And I'm like, oh, how am I ever going to do this? Because it's one thing playing slowly at home, but then you're trying to, it was trying to play Piano Man on the ukulele.
Right. Yeah, especially when you're by yourself, you can play as slow, as fast as you want. You don't have to worry about people. When you're around people, it's like you have all eyes on you, and then you're like you get the stress from the crowd and everything, and
Well,
that just takes time
the
too.
beauty what is though when you're there with that group is there's maybe 20, 30 ukulele players, and we're all sitting at the tables. You get something to eat, something to drink,
Yeah,
and you just play, and you play the chords you know, and you don't play the ones you don't.
right.
And flash forward a couple months later, I asked Foley, I said, could I maybe co-lead a set with you? I wanted to try to get up in front. And so we did that, and now I've become, for the last year and a half, a regular monthly set leader, one of three set leaders. Now they have more set leaders as well, but for that venue, it's now online due to COVID because
Right.
of capacity restrictions. But yeah, so that's what happened. But one of the things is, as you know, and anybody out there, excuse me, that's heard me play, I don't really do the traditional songs that you would expect to be played on a ukulele. I do play a lot of older Tin Pan Alley type songs. There's a book that has standard songs that everybody plays, but I like playing all the different songs and rock songs and say, challenge me, give me a song. Let me try to see if I can make it work on a ukulele.
And that's the thing that was unique about you. Like when I was, just starting to see a lot of your streams back when the Delco Quarantine Open mic started. I was seeing you with the ukulele. I'm like, okay. I mean, you don't really see many people with the ukulele, and then starting to like how we were talking, like you were just playing these random songs like Metallica, Nirvana, and all these other things. I'm like, okay, she can really she can play. I mean, she can really just hey, give me something, even if I don't know it. I'll learn it. I'm like, okay, she's got something going on. I dig it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Because you don't see that much around here. I mean, I don't know many ukulele players around here, and especially how you're doing it. Like you said, you're not just only playing the traditional, like you're not just like the traditional ukulele player that plays over the rainbow every set, but you're going outside the box. And how can I be different and still gather more people? And you've gained more people over the months as you continue to do that, and it's awesome.
I have, and that's still so surreal. People are popping up, and they see I'm playing, or when are you playing next? And
Yeah.
like, really, you're gonna spend a half hour, an hour with me, like 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I'm like, I'm so honored, and I just speechless, which is rare. Even though I'm
Right.
shy, I'm rarely at a loss for words. But
especially
yeah,
especially in a musician way. Like we don't always we love being able to connect with people, but we don't always expect it. And when we get people to come up to us and be like either like a song or just going to watch you or watching you like this online, like
yeah,
gets them through the day, or like, hey, I had a bad day and I just watched like one of your songs, and it just made me forget about the day. And it's like something you don't really expect, but when you get those type of gestures, it really makes you love what you do and continue to do what you do for not necessarily just them, but just keep going for yourself and writing more music to branch out to more people.
yes. In fact, you speak about that. I play. There are regular weekly streams that I play. One of them being the Woodland Mummers and Others.
Yes, shout
Uh,
out to them.
yeah, shout out to Jim Cunningham, AJ Ford, and that whole group there.
Jimmy.
Which that's going on tonight, actually. Um, but there was a gentleman that shortly before my set sent me a private message and said, could you please play Somewhere Over the Rainbow? And I already had a 15-minute set all planned.
Right.
And people had been asking me prior to play that in other sets. And it's a big song to sing. It's beautiful to play, but it's a big song to sing.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do that. So I subbed out a song, and he commented that he just had chills. And the next day, he sent me the sweetest message saying, I woke up, I just wasn't in a good mood, good frame of mind. I played your song again, and it just instantly put me in a better mood. And I just wanted to share that with you and thank you. And that just meant so much to know. I mean, I know what music does for me,
Right.
watching and listening to other people, but to know that I can do the same for others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Oh,
Absolutely.
so good. So good. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm trying not to be abrasively loud, but I'm trying to be able to be
Yeah,
heard.
guys, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you're staying active in the comment section. Hey, Terry, how are you? Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, Terry.
I think
Yeah.
my buddy Jim is watching over on the Facebook fan page. How you doing, Jim?
Yeah, you
Thanks
can
for
see
watching, buddy.
everybody commenting everywhere else. I'm on your band page.
Right.
Thing.
Right. Yeah, so if everybody's whoever's been here, thank you for tuning in. If you're just tuning in,
thank you.
you guys are watching Table Talk. I'm here with Lisa Lerman tonight as my special guest, and I'm going to get her to play some music for you guys here in a little bit. So we're going to get that going, and I'm trying to think if there's any you know you don't have, I mean, obviously with COVID, I mean, we can't really promote any shows that are coming up, but I know you are usually going either Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights right before the Delco After Dark live streams.
Yes.
So if you guys have been hearing her on that, she so make sure you guys check her out Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. What is it usually, 11 o'clock you start?
Well, it used to be I would go at 10:30 and Mark Colvin would go at 11 o'clock, but then he had to switch to post live stream. So he goes at 12:30. So I said, you know what? I don't know that I want to stay awake and wait till 11 o'clock to start. So I said, let me start at 10:30 and I'll either play to 11 or maybe I'll play longer. And I have yet to stop short of 11:30. I can't get, once I start.
Exactly. That's sometimes the hardest thing. Like, okay, you get in a groove, and then you're like, oh crap, it's like 11. It's like you have one more minute. It felt like you only played for 5 minutes.
So it's not just me. Okay, I'm in the same company with other musicians. Yeah, I'll have about a half hour's worth of music set, songs picked, and then I either just something pops in my head and I go look it up, or somebody will request a song and I'll say, let me find it, or they'll request one of my songs, which I'm like, oh my God, really? You want to hear my originals? Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, shout out, my mom's actually just tuning in. Hey, Mom, thank you for tuning in.
And Grandma, what does she like to be called now?
Mum.
She's Mum?
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
So, Lisa, if you are ready, let's get some music started. So, as our special guest, I usually like to have the guests go first. So,
I have a ukulele here.
And yeah, we got the little ukulele there. So, are you going to play cover, original? What are you going to play for us tonight?
I'm going to play my most recent original, which is called Another Circle Round the Sun. And I wrote it, end of September. And I'll tell you a funny story about how it came up is the New Jersey Quarantine Open Mic Facebook page does a theme night.
Okay.
And it's always a different theme. And this particular night, it was autumn. Autumn was the theme. And I'm looking up songs, and Mark was playing, and he's telling me songs he's going to do. And I'm like, oh, I was going to pick that one. And I'm trying to find songs that I liked that had the theme of fall or seasons. And I said, you know what? If I can't find enough, maybe I'm going to, jokingly to myself, maybe I'll just have to write one. And I did.
There you go.
And I did in a day. It just started. I had a couple chords that I liked, and one verse came, and the rest of it just kind of, somebody said once, some songs will take you months and other ones just show up.
Yep. That's definitely has. Sometimes it takes me like, I'll have like a little spurt of a moment. I have something written, and then it'll just stop, and I won't go back to it for like another couple weeks. And then sometimes it pours right out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I have a couple like that just kind of poured out, whatever frame of mind I was in, and I'm like, okay, if this is how it's going to be, I'm going to go with it, because you got to seize the moment. So yeah, this is called Another Circle Around the Sun.
All right,
and
here we go.
It's kind of about just life, and somebody said it could be a birthday song, and it's just about how just time goes by, seasons change, and it's cool. So
all right, here we go.
I hope you guys can hear okay. Thank you, and thanks again for having me, Anthony.
Absolutely.
Cool. Cool getting to know you too. La 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 la. They walk along the beach. The crowds have all gone home. They sip from thermoses of hot chocolate. Moonlight gleams across the waves. They stop to kiss and reminisce. Summer is over. The tides, they ebb and flow. A shooting star flies by. As they look up at the night sky, another circle round the sun. A new season has begun. Another circle round the sun. La 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 la. La la. La 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 la. The leaves are in a pile, they jump in them a while and pretend that they are kids again. Smell the crisp fall air, no worries and no cares. He takes her hand and says, I love you, summer is over. The tides, they ebb and flow. A shooting star flies by. As they look up at the night sky, another circle round the sun. A new season has begun. Another circle round the sun. La 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 la. La la. Do 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 do. La la la. Gain an extra hour, but time will still pass by. Snow falls gently from the sky. Then they'll lay down, holding hands, and make snow angels in the grass. The bloom of spring will follow, the hour slips away, saving daylight but for now. Summer is over. The tides, they ebb and flow. A shooting star flies by. As they look up at the night sky, another circle round the sun. A new season has begun. Another circle round the sun. A new season has begun. Another circle round the sun.
Woo!
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
I like
Thanks,
that.
Terry. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Terry, for hanging around. Really appreciate it.
And there's a cool story about after writing that song, something really special happened, which I think you and I discussed. I'm not sure. But Frank Biscotti, who you had on your show, one of his original songs, which I absolutely love and I've covered several times because I said I have to learn your song. More Than Ever. I got to remember the title of it now.
He's got a couple good ones that I like.
He had submitted it to WHYY. They had begun a house concert series.
Right, you both were on there.
Right, our artists would. So I wrote this song, and he and Carl Park said, you should submit that song. I think they would like it. So I did, and about 3 weeks later, I got an email saying, congratulations, you're going to be one of our featured artists this week. So it was the week of October 20th, I think.
Nice.
This song, I had to submit a video.
I was going to say, so you had to submit like a live video of you just playing it live and then just send them the video?
Exactly. You had to send the lyrics, a bio, a video of you playing the song, and a photo, just a whole bunch of stuff that they asked for. So It wasn't in my kitchen. That's one of the other things I do for acoustics is some of my videos you'll see if you're on my YouTube channel, and every now and then you'll see me going live from my shower, because I found when I was practicing and to do some videos there, the acoustics were
The acoustics in the
amazing.
showers are amazing.
So good. So
That
good. So
usually, like if you're recording, if you're doing like a lot of home recordings, some people will record acoustic guitars in that type of, or they'll record vocals usually in that type of guitars or vocals sometimes, because if you want to get that whole roomy type of vibe, the shower is awesome.
It really does. It creates a really great sound, and I would do a set every now and then. I would call them my shower sessions.
That's cool. If you guys want to check that out, make sure you guys subscribe to Lisa Lerman's YouTube channel. And I know you just posted one a couple weeks ago, not a shower session, but I think one of your most more recent from one of your live streams. I think I was just looking at it before getting on here.
My most recent song
it was Riptide,
on YouTube was Riptide. Yeah, Allison Landon, another musician another friend that I have met virtually, not in person yet, but virtually through the Delco Quarantine Open Mic. Allison Landon, beautiful, gorgeous voice. She plays guitar and piano. But she had one night I had said, I'm going to go live at whatever time. Do you have any requests? And she said, Vance Joy. And I was like, I don't know who that is. And then she said, Riptide. And I said, oh, that sounds familiar. And I looked it up and I said, oh, that's a cute song. I've never played it. And I found chords and I played along with the video. And I said, okay, I can do this. So I played it that night. That's a challenge. And I think that's fun. It's just on the spot or within just like a half hour, just try a song.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I wish I can do that, because usually if somebody just kind of comes up and says, hey, can you play this song? And if I don't know it, then there's sometimes I can't, unless I know like the melody of the song. Right. Usually I can just fake it till you make it. Right. But if I don't know the melody at all and they just tell me to try to sing it, I'm like, I got to at least listen to the song or know the chords and do a little bit of thing before. I wish I can be that type of artist to kind of just go off the top of your head and just be like, okay, do you want to play this song? And if I just know the chords, I can play. But I haven't figured that part of it out.
No, you have to know the melody and the rhythm and the feel of a certain song to do that. At least I think so. I know there's musicians that can just jump into be backups or leads and say, hey, give me a G. This is in this key, and they'll just jam along and they'll hear the percussion beat and they can go with it, and that's cool. And I aspire to do that, as I think we all do.
And that's the cool thing with open jams, because I used to just do open mics a lot, but like the open jams, which I was very intimidated to go to at first, because like you said, it's more of like, they just kind of start playing and you can just walk up and start, kind of playing, or it's kind of like sometimes like having like a open mic, but like you can be like having like a house band behind you and they can play along with your music. So it was cool. It was cool at times because I would play my originals and then I would have, the house band kind of playing along with me. So my acoustic songs turned into like full band songs, for a night.
Amazing.
So they were really cool. It was a cool moment. And like, after I kind of, dipped my feet in like 1, 2, 3 times, I felt I got the confidence back of like being able to, I'm like, all right, it's not as scary as I thought it would be. I actually like these just as much, if not more, than going to a regular, like sit down open mic type of thing.
Oh, I think that's fun. I look forward to, I've never done that. I've had at Steel City, where my ukulele group would meet up, they also had on Thursday nights their open mic in person. And they had a couple, like 2 or 3 musicians that were there every night. And Ed Simpson, the owner, shout out to Ed and Laura at Steel City in Phoenixville. They would say, hey, if you want Rob or this person to, accompany you, just go over and ask them.
Right.
And so I got up the nerve. At first I was like, no, I can't. And then, I went over and I said, hey, I'm going to do this song. Can you back me up? And they're like, do you have the music? And I showed her, oh yeah, sure, I can do that.
Right.
So that was kind of cool. That was not kind of, it was very cool.
Again, guys, if you guys are tuning in for the first time, you guys are watching Table Talk. Make sure you guys are sharing the broadcast, and make sure you use that hashtag Table Talk in your post, so we can get some new people in here and let them know that we are here every other Thursday at 7:30 p.m. So to anybody who's new to the show, welcome. My name is Anthony Irvin, your host, aka Spoken Life, and tonight we have special guest Lisa Lerman.
Hi, everybody.
And if this is never, a thing to kind of push out, but if you guys like what you hear tonight with, the music tonight, feel free to leave us a tip. You can use the tip links here, and me and Lisa will be, splitting the tips that we get tonight. They're never, they're always appreciated, but never expected from anybody. But just especially with the hard times that musicians that are going in, anything is always gratefully appreciated.
Yes, and the holidays are upon us, so yes.
Yes.
If you're in the giving spirit.
Right. Exactly.
And as
Yeah.
I joked, it is.
And as we were saying before we got on, like tonight's the first night of Hanukkah. So if anybody's supporting that and wants to give a gift, that's the best gift to give a musician right now. So so I think I'm gonna get in a song here.
Yeah, I'd love to hear a song live.
So before I go, I want to give you guys all a cheers tonight. So happy Thursday. You take your beverage of choice. So cheers to you all. So I hope you guys have been having a good week.
My cousin's watching. Hi, Chuck.
Hello, Chuck. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here.
Miss you, love you.
All right. So like I said, I think this is a typical opener one for me. If people have been watching my live streams and Table Talk along with that, they should know this one. This is more of a personal song for me. This was off of my EP called Reality. And this was a song that I recorded on my second EP, and I re-recorded it in an actual studio because I wanted to actually have one or two of my songs that I've done in previous EPs. So I took one from my first and one from my second. This was being the one from the second. So this is one of my more favorite ones. And this is called Shell, guys. So I hope you guys like it. I'm going to make this little spotlight here. So break me out from the shell, 'cause I don't think I can do this on my own. Can't control my disquieting thoughts. How does this come from a man with a cheerful heart? I aim to please the world before myself, 'cause I'm scared to death of the outcome, fear of what they'll think of me. Slow down and enjoy life. There's no cause for alarm. It's like being at war, a constant battle of frustration on the inside. But is there a method to this madness? And the thoughts that consume my mind. Ooh, I will find my way. Ooh, the inner me will soon break away. Ooh, ooh, I will find my way. Ooh, I aim to please the world before myself, 'cause I'm scared to death of the outcome, fear of what they'll think of me. Slow down and enjoy life. There's no cause for alarm. So break me out from this shell, 'cause I don't think I can do this on my own. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful. Real applauses.
Applause is all around.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate that. That song was called Shell. And if anybody is open and willing, they can check that out on my website over at spokenlifemusic.com. I have that handle here. There you go, spokenlifemusic.com. You guys can also check that out on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you can check out and download, stream music. So I would love for you guys to go check that out and share it with a friend if you've heard it before as well.
Definitely. Check it out.
Yeah, I don't usually write too many personal things, but just like how we were talking, like that we are both like kind of naturally shy people, and that song kind of brings out that type of vibe to me, like how I'm more of a shy person, and I try to always be that one to help each other, help somebody else before myself. So that's kind of like the vibe that I was going with that, and I tend to kind of forget about myself before trying to help somebody else, and
Right.
then on the
when
same fact,
you're doing things for others, exactly, you put your
which is not
own,
always a bad thing. It's
right.
a good, and it's in a good way too.
Exactly.
And then in the same way as like many people, even though I'm a talk show host with this show right here, but normally when I'm in the rural world, which we don't really know much of a norm these days, but I'm usually not much of a talkative person. But when I have the six string with me, I mean, I can probably talk all day. So
Yeah, it's a nice.
it's
I
fun.
know. I keep them like it's over here. I just want to hold it a little bit while I talk.
Right. I felt like when I was in school, I did public speaking, and I'm like, I wish I can just hold my guitar throughout these things because I would be able to, probably be a lot more calmer. I probably
Yeah,
would
well,
have gotten an A too.
a security blanket, definitely.
Exactly.
Well, when you watch some of the music competition shows on TV, that's what
Yeah.
they tell them. They say, you're hiding behind this instrument. You need to get comfortable with moving around the stage and performing and being okay.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Because I tried out for the last season before they brought it back in of American Idol. And it was an experience. I didn't get past like the first little like go arounds, but it was an experience nonetheless because you kind of got to see like the behind the scenes of everything and kind of how the show works a little bit, and it was a fun time. I took it as an experience. I wasn't expecting to get to the judges. That would have been crazy in the same way, but I was in a group with I think two or three other girls, and unfortunately none of us got picked, but the judges actually gave us good feedback and said you guys are good, but just obviously probably not fit for the show. They probably knew obviously you're not going to go as far, so there's no point of bringing you any further at this point, but they did have some good things and positive things to say about it, so it's not like they were just just drawing us and breaking us down. But nonetheless, it was a good experience. I mean, I was out there at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I think I was one of the first
Wow.
100. I think I was one of the first 100 people.
Wow. Where were they doing it? In Philly?
Yeah, they did it in Philly at the Temple Stadium. Was it not Lankenau?
Somebody type it in the comments.
Yeah, somebody type it if they know, if they're from the area. Type it in because I'm having a mental
brain
thing going.
freeze is what I call them.
Yeah, brain freeze. I'm not thinking of it right now. But yeah, I was out there at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just played the Trocadero in Philadelphia the night before.
Amazing.
So I was telling everybody, I was trying out the next day, and everybody after my set, they're like, "Oh, good luck, man!" And you guys, you should, you're gonna do good, blah blah blah. You're gonna kill it. So it was good to kind of have that,
You in the right
vibe
frame
going.
of mind, right?
Yeah, so I didn't get much sleep, but I was ready to go when I needed to get in there. And then they kind of had the whole, like, you had to fill out a whole paper of your background, and kind of like, I guess it's like for those spotlight times where they have certain people on, of like, oh, they came from this type of lifestyle and this is how music came into their life, so they wanted to try to get the story out of you. And I guess, I mean, just for TV sake, they would, that's probably how
Sure.
they would pick out a lot of their interesting stories of, like, oh, okay, this guy has a compelling story for the TV show, so won't be, even if he doesn't make it, he at least has something to show to the audience. So
You're too normal. You must
yeah,
be.
you don't have too much, like, you're a good musician, but you're not too broken yet. We're
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Come back when you've had some more bad things
Yeah,
happen.
we need more bad things to happen to you so we can have a
Oh
good rating
no.
on our show.
Oh no. That's funny. It's not funny, but it is.
Right.
It's that dry humor there.
We were
That's one of
talking.
the. Go ahead.
No, sorry, we were talking, and you have yet to record any original music, but you do have
That's
some original music that you do want to record.
you were asking me where can people find your music, and it's like, wow, there's all this Bandcamp and Spotify and these places, and it's like, well, I don't have anything to sell. That's why I ask for tips, because that's my only mode of people basically buying something too. So I can get some software. I would love, as I'm watching how everybody else is, each person has their own way of recording things. Some go in a studio, some use software, some use different apps that there are, this Smool and different apps to do
Yeah.
that. I haven't experimented with that, or looping like you do and like Mark does,
Uh-huh.
and several other musicians. Talking about ukulele players, Emily Drinker.
Uh-huh.
You'll see her on Delco. She hosts, she promotes a lot of musicians like you do as well. But she's how I found out about the Delco quarantine, because I had seen her play and I knew she played ukulele, and I had just started learning. And then I became Facebook friends with her, and I said, Emily Drinker is now live in Delco quarantine. And I'm like, what is this? And I watched her play, and I'm like, oh, look at this group. Look how many people there are. And at that time, there were maybe 4,000 or 5,000. It was as it was on its way to skyrocket in members joining. And I jumped on. I was watching everybody, and my husband's like, "Why don't you go play on there?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, 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 no!" Like, I can't do it. And then the more I
Like, no,
watched, he's
no,
like,
not me, no.
"You do it on your." He's like, "You're on your own Facebook page all the time now doing this."
Exactly.
Like, just go on. So I'm like, you know what? So I put a set together, and I went. I think it was in April. I went on, and yeah, it was a rush, and it was like I found my peeps.
Hey, the worst thing you can do is try, and if it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, you just give it a little bit of time. And even though they say nothing leaves the internet, but you always have that time to redeem yourself. I've had
Yeah,
my nights where
yeah,
I thought that I've done horrible, but then I get that one part. Even when I'm playing shows, I've had my shows where I'm like, oh, I played horrible tonight, but then I'll get that one guy's like, dude, you were awesome tonight. I'm like, thanks, but I think I wasn't that great. Or in my head, I'll be saying that. I won't really say that to him, but
it's funny though. Have you gone back? Like, I did a set the other night, and I told you my dog. She's on the mend now, but she was having some issues, and she wasn't feeling well, and I was stressing out about it. And I felt like I had these songs, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I did my best, and I was distracted. And I went back and I watched the set, and I was like, well, that's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was at
yeah.
all. And I was
I've
like,
had those times too, where you think you sound really bad, but then you go back and like, oh, it wasn't that bad.
or I was like, oh, because it was a song that was a really complicated song
Uh,
that I was trying to learn in one day. So some of them are easy chords. At least they're easy for me. Other people might say no, they're not. But it was the Jamiroquai song, the Virtual
uh,
Infinity, and the chords are very complex, and they're chords
right.
I've played before, and I'm trying to memorize and drill them into my head, so I'm not constantly looking at the tabs.
Yeah.
And I felt like, geez, I just didn't have the rhythm right. And I played it back, and I'm like, you know what? Except for just one small part, I thought I did pretty well.
And then when you come to like realize most people don't care about you messing up. Because that I mean, especially especially in the live stream world, from what I've experienced, that not many people care about you messing up. Because that I mean, and especially if you own it,
Yeah,
they'll know. love that
It
because
gives
you're
them
being genuine, you're being yourself.
it gives them the confidence. I could name I won't, but I could name two musicians that have said, you know what, Lisa, you just go on there. If you mess up, you don't care. You just laugh about it. You joke about it. And it's like, you inspired me. I'm going to go on and I'm going to do
I've
it
I've
better.
learned to do that because when I first started doing live streaming, I always felt like, okay, you never know who's watching, you can't mess up, you got to. So I would stress myself out, and then if I did have like a bad night, I'd be like, oh crap, I want to delete that
Right.
because
Like
no,
somebody will see
but
you
then I'm
and
like,
could miss you getting a gig if they think you
right.
did right
Now
in
I'm
your own
like,
head.
hey, I mean, it's kind of like one of those things that it's genuine. Everybody messes up, and
Yeah.
if you know how to kind of just roll with it, if you mess up, just sometimes don't even make it obvious, or if when you do, kind of laugh it off and like, hey, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
live
hit a
streaming.
wrong chord, and I look, and I'm like, because my face, you can read everything on my face.
Uh-huh.
I have yet to been able to hide that, and I'll tell you that, and I'm like, well, that was clearly the wrong chord, and I just like, let's try that again, shall we?
Right.
I mean, you just have to.
Well, speaking of messing up, how about we get some more music going?
That's a
So
very good segue. I love that.
yeah. So Lisa, how about we get another song in from you?
Okay.
Sorry, Dan.
Now
I'm
I'm.
not sure if I missed your comment. Dan saying, "Yay, yay" with Dan. Thank you,
Oh,
Dan.
yay,
Really
Dan!
appreciate
I
it.
can't see your comment on it because you're not on the same page that I'm on right now. But yay, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna do another original, and this is one I was telling you. This one I wrote in April. All of these songs that I've written, I never wrote songs until maybe like September, October of last year. Was probably when I wrote my first song. I mean, I used to write poems and things like that, but I never actually sat down and tried to write a song. But
Mm.
you guys are just all so, you inspire me. Where other
Well, thank
people
you.
say I'm inspiring them, you guys all inspire me, and I'm like, I've got this idea, I've got this thought, something pops in my head. Let me write this. I
Yeah,
don't quite know where this one came from because my song, they're all very different. It's like, some people's albums are like, it has the same vibe. These are like little pieces that would come from three different albums,
yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Maybe. But this is one that people do request for me. It's a short song, and actually Mark Colvin he's covered both of these originals. And
Very
I don't know if you've had Mark on, but Mark is like everybody's biggest fan and supporter
I
on
have yet
Delco
to meet Mark
Quarantine.
personally, and I have yet to meet Mark in real life. But
I did once.
I know he's playing tomorrow night at JT Brewski's.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll be able to get to make it out there. I would love to be able to get to see him.
I have to
Uh,
support from afar still. I am just too nervous until
that's how I feel too, especially with the little
everybody's
one.
vaccinated. Yeah,
And
yeah.
especially with the little one, we're trying to really, be safe with when and where we go. I mean, other than going to work right now,
Right.
we're really, restricting ourselves from kind of doing a lot of things unless we have to go out or do like certain things. But it's kind of one of those things. But I know he usually live streams his shows, so I'll definitely try to,
Yes.
check it out.
That's
So,
what
Mark,
I
if you do
count
watch this
on.
replay, we'll be able to support you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I had a gig 4th of July, the Upper Marion Farmers Market, which
Okay,
is near where I live. They have live music, and I was slated to play the 4th of July, but then all the music had stopped, and they reopened just in time where I was the first entertainer
very
to
nice,
play. And it was my first time playing there, and Mark came out, and Frank Biscotti came out, and
nice,
Sarah came out, Sarah DeBello, and
very nice.
yeah, I was just blown away. I'm shy, but blown away, and it was so nice to see them. Of course, you try to recognize people behind their
Yeah,
masks.
yeah, it's tough, definitely, because
Yeah.
hopefully, with the vaccines coming and everything, hopefully within the next year we can say, hopefully the next year and a half, hopefully, but we'll be starting to say like, okay, we can remove the masks and we can kind of get back to some type of
Yeah,
normal.
or everybody's got to get the ones that you send in your photograph, and the mask looks like that portion of your face.
Yeah.
I think I want to get one of
I
those.
think I do too. Like I get the face mask that kind of has your face on it.
Yeah, because
So
people
yeah,
like to see me smile. I mean, I hear comments about that all the time. They're like, "Yeah, how do you always smile when you sing?" I'm like, "I'm happy."
there you
Plus,
go.
I'm looking at myself, so I'm very aware of my facial expressions,
right,
which I think is actually good for in real life too.
mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's it. And as you can tell, I talk. You wanted me to play a song.
So people get a song. So
Yeah,
this is an
it's a talk
original.
show, so for the first time, I'm actually able to just talk a lot.
Hey, we're learning as we go too, so we're getting better at our talking too.
That's right.
So you're playing an original, and this original is called what?
This is called Lip Service.
Okay.
And it's really funny because as President-elect Biden has been announcing his cabinet picks, his pick for, I think it's Secretary of State, I'm not sure, is Antony Blinken. And apparently Carl Park posted and said, did you know he's a musician and he has 2 originals on Spotify? And here it is. It was all over the news. And one of them is called Lip Service. And I'm like, woo, my views on YouTube are going to go up.
There you go.
People
that's
searching
for
lip service.
Marketing 101.
Yeah.
Rename your songs after big ones. I think I'm going to.
It's completely different songs, but what are the odds?
I think I'm going to write a song called Eruption next.
Called what?
Eruption. Because it was Eddie Van Halen's and Van Halen's song.
Oh, that yeah, you just picked the title. That's good marketing.
Hey.
Definitely.
It's got to work for somebody sometime, right?
If you get the title, but then once they get there, you got to sell them. You got to keep them there.
Yeah, I know, like, just to be the first verse, like, I know this isn't the song you wanted, but you got to keep listening for at least like 20 seconds.
Right. Exactly.
All right, guys, here we go.
Okay. This is called Lip Service. Thank you, guys. I like the way you walk. I like the way you look at me. I like the way you talk. I like the things you say to me. Yeah, you're a smooth talker. You make me so nervous, but I don't know if I can resist your lip service. Yeah, don't know, should I believe the promises you made to me? Oh, baby, this fantasy, it can't be true. But the lines are good when I'm with you. You're a smooth talker, you make me so nervous, and I don't know if I can resist your lip service. But then I let you touch me, I knew I was done. Forget about forever, I just wanna have fun. You made me so nervous, made this good girl bad. I don't care, cause your lip service is the best I ever had. Your lip service, the best I ever had. Your lip service, the best I ever had.
Woo!
Yeah.
Very nice.
You.
That had a little groove to it. That was nice. I like that.
Yeah, I like that, the jazzy dance mix.
Yeah.
Of songs for sure.
Yeah, we got to get you to record some stuff. Anybody who is if anybody's a producer, get let's get Lisa into the studio and get some tracks so everybody can listen to her music.
Thanks. That's a song I was telling you that I could hear with like a cool break with a saxophone, the nice sax solo.
Yeah.
A sexy sax solo in there.
Everybody can use a sexy sax.
Yes.
Sexy sax.
I sang that 10 times.
Woo-hoo, Dan says. Thank you, Dan. Dan over on Twitch.
Too much fun.
Yeah, so I am broadcasting tonight on Facebook, Periscope, and Twitch, guys. So if you guys, sorry,
I said we're everywhere.
We're everywhere. We are everywhere tonight. Table Talk is all over the globe. So if you guys want, make sure you guys are following me over on those networks at the handle of Spoken Life Music. And also, if you are also wanting to check out more of Lisa, make sure you go and check her out on YouTube. I'll put the link up there again. Make sure you go check her out on YouTube. And as well, she has a Facebook account. You can go right to her personal account, look up her name, Lisa Lerman. She does some weekly live streams right from her personal page. And she also does a little show for the Delco After Dark live stream on the Delco Quarantine Open Mic, which, shout out to the Dad crew.
Yeah.
So they're on there Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So make sure you guys check them out. If you guys are in 11:30, there's some. They got Carl and Frank Biscotti, and Mike is usually on there. I'm not sure.
He's been AWOL. He's in love.
Ah, gotcha.
He said the heck with you guys.
He's in quarantine love. It's all good. But yeah, make sure you guys check them out. Got to give them a shout out. I've been on there a couple times. Love the guys. Always a fun time being on there. And you were on there, I think, about a week or two ago, right? Or within the last month?
Within the last month, it was right after. I think the last time I was on was right after my song got on WHYY.
Okay.
So it was the end of October, early November.
Gotcha.
He's been having a lot of great guests. He had a costume designer, I think, for the Media Theater on. He's had some. Yeah, they've had some really good guests, some good topics of discussion too. So we've got the evening stuff with you, all this great talk and great music talk, and then we got the late night. And I want to give a shout out to all the people on the Delco Quarantine Open Mic, because I go through my Facebook friends list, and half of them, it's all musicians. It's all people that I've met that are just so nice, so
good vibes all around,
so welcoming. So
yeah, speaking of Mark Holden has just tuned in. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Hi, Mark Holden. Were your ears ringing?
He's saying Mike is playing tonight at 11. I believe that's on the Delco Open quarantine page. There. I think Mark was saying that Mike is playing tonight at 11 o'clock. I believe that's on the. I think that's on the Delco Quarantine Open Mic page.
Right. I did see him put a real cool vibey ad for that. Thank you for reminding me about that too.
Yeah, so we'll definitely try to get him and try to tune in for him. We actually went to the same high school together. I don't think we were in the same grade. I think we were a grade apart. So
okay.
We usually don't talk about our high school too much. But
we were when we were talking about YouTube and my YouTube channel, and I go back and I see the progress I've made as I went along, and I was looking to see in my videos, and I'm looking to see which ones have had the most views, and it's really funny because it's like Metallica, Nothing Else Matters, has had like 400 and some views, and I'm like, this
nice.
I just started the page like a year ago,
and that's unique that you don't see many ukulele Metallica covers.
No. But people looking it up, I guess, whatever tags, and then they watch it. And the one that's had the absolute most is The Logical Song by Supertramp, which is an awesome song.
Uh-huh.
And it was one of my first videos that I put up there. And I was just sitting at the kitchen table. I had gotten home from grocery shopping. I'm like, when you're in Wegmans and you hear music playing and you start singing along as you're going down the aisles. And I said, I have to go home and look up the chords and learn how to play this.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I slowed it down a little bit, which is something I do with a lot of songs, because then sometimes it's just how I feel it, but then you hear the lyrics for the first time sometimes, and you're like, oh, that's what that says. That's what that means. So it's cool.
Right.
But I want to hear you play another song.
All right. We'll get another song in here. I'm trying to think as you were talking. I was trying to think of what song I wanted to play. I think I'll play my latest single that I released this year. I was hoping, we weren't going to be going into shutdowns and lockdowns and everything. And I think it kind of destroyed, a lot of my promotional things that I was doing.
But destroyed all of mine right now.
I'm trying to, go full circle with it probably next year, and hopefully get another single out next year as well. I'll just have to figure out some time between baby time.
Exactly. Anybody out there wants to hire us to do some virtual streams for their business, their friends, let us know.
Absolutely. We would love to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to play my latest single tonight. So this is more of a acoustic version. I usually do a live looping version of this, but kind of had to jump on here real quick tonight. I do not have my live looping setup done tonight, but I will be
And the
doing
raw.
I will be doing a Christmas show on December 22nd, guys. So make sure you guys tune in. I know I haven't done a music show in a while, so I'll be doing some live looping. We'll be doing some Christmas songs. I'll probably be having some, prize giveaways to people in the comment section. Still got some things to work out there. So make sure you guys are tuning into that on June. Wow. December 20. I really want summer to be there. December 22nd. I believe it's starting at 8 p.m. on my right here on the Spoken Life music page. So here we go with Tonight. I'm waiting here for you tonight. It's perfect time for you and I. You are the one for me, I can see. This is all I need, just you and me. I can't deny that I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. I always knew that we were meant to be. I'll never have to live life alone. You are the one for me, I can see. And this is all I need, just you and me. I can't deny that I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town and take a ride. I don't wanna sleep at night. Never wanna sleep at night. Oh, I just wanna be with you tonight. And I don't wanna be alone tonight. I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. Thank you. That was a little stripped down version of that song.
That kind of had a vibe like my lip service song.
Yeah. I like to tell people sometimes that actually that main riff that I play came right from an iPhone memory, that I took. I was trying to just write down some things, and back I think like 3-4 years ago, I just was writing that down and recorded in my phone, and it just got lost in my phone. Come this time last year in June, I was trying to think of just some things to write down, because I was trying to think, I need something to come out with. I haven't came out with a song in about 5 years, so I was looking at my phone in the memories and memos and everything that I saved, and I just stumbled upon that, and I'm like, all right, I can get behind that. So it was already kind of fully written out. So all I had to do was kind of like structure little pieces here and there, and then just put some lyrics. And usually lyrics come last for me, and they're usually the hardest thing for me sometimes. So I kind of had to sit back with it and like listen to it a lot to really perfect what I wanted to really say in there.
That's very cool.
I had like I had more of like a jazzier blues rocky type of feel to it. So
yeah.
there's a lot more of like a full band and guitar solos, guitar work in there. So it was the first time I was actually able to put my guitar work out in there. So I was happy about that too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. One of my songs, Bubble, I wrote back in September, and that just came out as a poem. But as I was hearing it in my head, all I kept hearing was like a Hamilton type, which I still have yet to see, but a Hamilton like rap type, like that kind of a rhythm to how it would be read, a spoken word, basically a spoken word type of thing about just everything that's going on right now, all the division and the fear and the law, just all the stuff that was going on. And that's something that literally just poured out of me. And then maybe a month later, I just picked two chords that kind of went with the rhythm of it and just put that to it.
Right.
And did that. That was my third song that I have picked. If we're talking a lot, we've been going. This has gone flown by.
I know this time has definitely flown by.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're going towards the end of 2020. Hopefully in 2021 we can start saying that we can, get some gigs back. But do you have any music plans for 2021, Lisa? Right now we're kind of just riding the waves of the live streams right now.
My plans right now is obviously once it's safe and people are vaccinated is to go back out. One of the main places that I targeted performances, I played for a lot of senior care centers and memory care centers because the power of music with people with Alzheimer's and dementia is just amazing. You play an old song and they who are just like in a shell, kind of lost, will start singing along and start having conversation. And I've seen it happen a couple times at places where I was, and somebody's aide or family member would just come up to me and they're like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And they're like, "I have chills. I was blown away." And I'm like, "Why?" And then they told me, and I'm like, "Oh, that's incredible. I'm so glad if my music was able to do that." So I like going to those places for that reason. And that's why you'll hear me once in a while pull out a song from like the early 1900s because I've learned, 1920s, 1930s. So I was supposed to, actually today, I was telling you, I was supposed to do a live Zoom feed for a senior center, but between the time we booked it and now they went into a further lockdown where they could not even have six people, six residents congregating in a small activity room. And then I was going to provide them with something pre-recorded as well that they could have to watch. But unfortunately, that's been put on hold. And they said the residents were really disappointed, and they knew I was. And I said, I know, but it is what it is. Safety comes first.
Absolutely.
So until then, going to be playing for tips, learning more about software, writing more songs. If the weather gets warm enough where I can do some more things outside.
Yeah.
Outside where dining is, I'm still not comfortable. I can't play with a mask on.
And
I'm not comfortable playing anywhere near somebody who doesn't have a mask on.
Yeah, I mean, I had a show back in October, and it wasn't too bad. I wasn't like to the point where I was like kind of scared to be up there, but there wasn't anybody that was like being like really up close to me. Like everybody was pretty respectful. So I was okay with it.
It's good. Sometimes you get into the late night gigs, which mine were mostly, during the day and the afternoon.
Right.
You get into the late night ones, and unfortunately, when alcohol becomes involved, people forget their social protocols.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, alcohol does impair a little bit. I mean, it's a little frowned upon sometimes, but but I would play without the mask. But then when I was setting up or doing a set break, I would put the mask on and kind of have that on throughout the time. But then when I would not be or when I was playing, I would have it on. I would have it off geez, I really messed up that up. But when I was playing, I would have it off. When I wasn't playing, I would have it on, either, setting up, breaking down, or having like a set break. So, you know, I felt pretty comfortable with it, but I
That's
definitely
good.
won't be booking my if we can get some stuff booked, hopefully after the new year, because it looks like we just started seeing that there's going to be some restrictions coming our way now.
I
So
think come spring, things will start to little by little
yeah,
start
hopefully.
to open back up again. And in the meantime, trying to find avenues virtually with Zoom things. If somebody has a relative that's just cooped up that they can't go visit, and they've been FaceTiming and Zooming with, and they say, my mom loves these songs and these artists. Well, give me these artists. I'll put together, a half hour. Will Zoom me in, and I'll do a private performance for them. I just trying to things like that. I did somebody requested a kids song a few weeks ago, and I did a video during the day, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll learn some more kids songs, and I'll do some daytime sets, and
There you go.
give the parents a little break, and let them put the little ones that aren't doing virtual schooling, put them in front of
Right.
the computer, and do some fun songs with them.
It just
So I
gives
don't know.
people
I'm
another way to
hoping.
be creative. So yeah.
Yeah, and figuring out ways where we can all do stuff together, like you said, how you and I would might be playing something together for people to see at another time, at another
Yeah,
place.
I will be actually giving you guys, probably next week. I'll be giving you guys a little hint to it's something that's going to be happening with Table Talk, and I'll be able to get you guys some backstage and behind the scenes stuff that's going to be going on. So make sure you tune in next week with my next special guest, which I'll be telling you guys the beginning of next week who that will be. But be on the lookout for some special opportunities that'll be coming your way, guys. So I want to thank Lisa Lerman for being my special guest tonight. Thank you for being here. Hope
Thank
we
you
get
so
to do it
much.
again. And this is our first time actually meeting. Hopefully next time we'll be meeting in person.
I know. Yeah, this was
So
great.
yeah, thank you guys for being here. This has been episode 11 of Table Talk. I will be back next week with episode 12, the last episode of 2020. So make sure you guys come back, and make sure you guys share this out with your friends and family. My name is Anthony Irvin. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great night. I will see you on the next one. Thanks.